Hello, my name is Diane Brockman, and I am a case manager and mentoring coach with the Integrated Pre-Arrival Services online project, IPSO for short. For 2 years, IPSO has been helping internationally trained individuals and their eligible family members who are in the latter stages of immigrating to Canada maximize their employment potential. IPSO has delivered service to 150 participants over the past year. We are pleased to announce that the project has been extended from August of 2011 to June of 2012. During this period, IPSO will offer a variety of service options and a weekly intake, which is more flexible and allows us to meet the needs of our participants. For the next few minutes, you'll learn about the new service options and how they will benefit your clients.
IPSO now offers services to skilled workers and provincial nominees without a job offer in Canada through the pre-employment stream. The work retention stream is for provincial nominees with a job offer in Canada. And finally, we are offering the entrepreneur stream for entrepreneurs to Canada. So we now have 3 streams: pre-employment, work retention, and entrepreneur. Eligible spouses are spouses who are working and who wish to enter their fields in Canada. Here are our eligibility requirements for IPSO participants. Participants should be referred 2 to 6 months prior to their departure to allow for greater service opportunities. They must be able to commit 7 to 10 hours of work per week during the 5-week course service period. They must have access to the Internet and a computer. Internet Explorer 6.0 or higher, must be Java enabled and have Real Player. They must have a headset and a microphone. And finally, they must have taken an English assessment test from 2007 or later. The minimum scores are IELTS 6, TOEFL 513, TOEFL IBT 65. We require proof of their scores, spouses included. How do you refer participants to us? The IPSO Case Manager will send you a spreadsheet, which we ask you to send back with the following information. First, the client's first and last name, with the last name clearly marked. Also their gender, their email address, their intended date of arrival, their province of destination, their category of immigration, and lastly, if they are the primary applicant. We will then contact the participant and will send them a simple application form which is used to confirm all of the eligibility requirements and to determine which options are of interest to them. We will then determine with the participant which service options best meets their needs via a Skype call, GoToMeeting, or by email if necessary. IPSO will fill 5 seats per week for the workshops on a first-come, first-served basis and based on participant need as determined by the IPSO Case Manager. 2 job search workshops and 1 writing skills workshop start each week. I'd like to explain the various service options of IPSO. Also, please refer to the IPSO Orientation Guide for more points when meeting with clients. Let's start with the pre-employment stream, which is open to skilled workers and provincial nominees without a job offer in Canada, plus eligible spouses. The core service, which is the minimum service level and is considered mandatory before accessing other options, is a job search workshop and a database searchable by Canadian employers. In the job search workshop, which is delivered by an instructor, participants start by identifying their skills, strengths, and accomplishments, and researching their occupations in Canada. This is followed by resume and cover letter writing. They will identify advertised and unadvertised job markets and will research their respective licensing bodies and professional associations. Marketing oneself and expanding a network is also addressed. As part of the course service, we also offer entry into a database searchable by Canadian employers. Participants create their own profiles, providing detailed information about their education, background, and skills. Participants can upload various documents that an employer might wish to see, such as copies of their degrees and certificates. Participants will be supported by a profile auditor employer liaison. Their role is to give feedback to participants while they are completing and organizing their profiles. They will identify IPSO participants and work with them directly to meet the needs of a specific employer's hiring request. The focus of the Profile Auditor Employer Liaison is to connect IPSO participants to the employer prior to their arrival in Canada, and to help facilitate the communication between the client and the prospective employer. The Profile Auditor Employer Liaison uses webinar technology to allow IPSO participants to connect and present to employers in real time or pre-recorded presentations. Now I will explain the other service options available to participants in the pre-employment stream. The Interview Skills Workshop is highly recommended to accompany the course service for participants who have more time pre-departure. The Interview Skills Workshop covers the various stages and formats to the importance of first impressions, preparation, and follow-up. Common interview questions and answers are discussed, as well as typical interview mistakes. Another recommended option is online mentoring. Participants are matched with a professional working in the same or similar occupation in Canada and having a similar educational background and in their province of destination. Mentors provide practical industry-specific employment information. Mentors are volunteers and they provide insights on Canadian workplace culture and industry trends, help to identify educational and technical skills required to meet market demands, and guide mentees through licensing and accreditation processes. Mentors provide support to mentees through the job search process and help build a professional network, as well as provide information and encouragement to help mentees become professionally established. The mentees and mentors are supported by a mentoring coach. For those wanting to improve or increase their understanding of workplace writing, another option is the Writing Skills Workshop. This workshop focuses on workplace email writing. Instructors cover email etiquette, formality, directness, plain language, and grammar. This option will help participants learn how to write concisely and effectively for work. We will also be introducing new pronunciation and listening practice to further enhance language skills. This is self-directed. There are no instructors. There are 28 audio files with activities that the participants can listen to in order to improve their listening comprehension. There are 28 topics divided into the following categories: around the workplace, customer service, meetings, networking, problem solving and negotiating, and finally, telephoning. Participants will also have access to the Working in Canada option. Formerly facilitated, these modules are now self-directed. Working in Canada focuses on employment contracts, organizational culture, and addresses how to be successful in the Canadian workplace. This service option will be offered in the fall of 2011. Our final option is the Workplace Communication in Canada workshop, which is a set of self-directed modules. Workplace Communication in Canada demonstrates the typical communication style in many workplaces. Various topics are addressed, such as teamwork, conflict management, socializing in the workplace, working with clients, legalities in the Canadian workplace, and others. The modules are interactive and use videos, animations, and simulated role plays. Now I'll explain more about the second stream for provincial nominees who hold a job offer in Canada. We call this the Work Retention Stream. This stream of the project does not have a specific core or mandatory service option. However, it includes various components that suit the unique needs of this participant group. The first option is the Writing Skills Workshop, where the instructor will cover workplace email writing, sentence and paragraph development, plain language usage, and punctuation. These topics will benefit provincial nominees by providing them with the skills they will need to write concisely and effectively in their new workplaces. Another service option made available to provincial nominees will be the Pronunciation and Listening Practice Workshop. This component is a self-directed piece, and as I have mentioned before, includes 28 workplace-based audio files with activities to develop listening comprehension and pronunciation skills. The Workplace Communication in Canada option, offered to PNPs with a job offer, is another self-directed piece that involves interactive activities to develop participants' understanding of Canadian workplace cultural values, norms, and behaviors. The final service option available to provincial nominees with a job offer will be the Working in Canada workshop. This self-directed component will provide participants with information about employment contracts, workplace orientation, organizational culture, and workplace protections. This information will help participants to feel more comfortable and confident working in a Canadian environment. This component will be available in the fall of 2011. Our third stream, the Entrepreneur Stream, is open to those migrants to Canada from the business class. This stream of options includes the Writing Skills, Pronunciation Listening Practice, Workplace Communication in Canada, and the Working in Canada workshops. Also included is the Introduction to Business in Canada workshop. This self-directed core component, and is mandatory, encompasses all aspects of starting a business in Canada. The workshop covers various topics such as legalities, business planning, financing, marketing, and what it's like to be an entrepreneur in Canada. This workshop will assist participants in identifying and meeting many of their entrepreneurial skill requirements. Entrepreneur participants will also receive a copy of The Connections, an Immigrant's Guide to Starting a Business resource to help them understand business culture and the steps to starting a business in Canada.
Many of our participants have now arrived in Canada and have met with employment success. Those who have arrived and found employment, 86% found employment in their fields of work. And of those who found employment, 88% found employment within 2 months after arrival. To watch video testimonials of past participants of IPSO, please visit ipsocanada.ca/video. If you have any questions, please email us at ipso@jvstoronto.org. We appreciate your efforts and we look forward to working with you in the coming months. Thank you for your time.